find anything good back there. I feel like you're in the middle of like a clothing rack in a store.
I know, right? I feel like I'm thrifting right now. Oh, I vote we try out this purple thing and see.
All right. So try it on, see what you think. We've got Liana on camera.
Hello.
And we've created the new project for Liana, right? And we're going to do wireless tethered shooting. So I'm using the A7 R5. I have the option here when I've created a new session or a new project to do tethered shooting. So I'm going to hit that. So once you do the tethered shooting, you have the option for wired tethering or wireless tethering. And what happens is it waits for a second, and if your camera is configured correctly, it will eventually connect, I hope. We'll give it a second. All right, guys, screen print this, save it. This is your cheat sheet for Sony cameras. If you have another camera, I'll link in the description below instructions for other brands. Once you have all of these settings set, you should successfully be able to connect via Wi-Fi to Evoto. And let me just take a test shot and just see how fast it comes up. And then over here, boom, it's already there. So in practice, you can see I've got the overlay down in the bottom right-hand corner, how quickly the shots will come in. You see the flash, and then the shot comes in pretty quickly, almost immediately. And that's using JPEG. RAWs will be a little bit slower just because they are larger files to sync over Wi-Fi. So just for previewing purposes, I like to use JPEG. So for the purpose of if you have a client here that wants to see the photos as they come up, I just recommend using JPEG. It's fast and it comes up right away. And especially if you want to then use your own preset, like I have a preset that will do skin retouching, you don't need any of that.
We'll see.
You can set your presets here, and it will apply the presets on the fly for you. So that's really cool. So let's take a look at Evoto on the iPad as well, right? So my thought is, you've got to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. So in Studio, if we wanted to, we could just connect to the Wi-Fi network, just like we did the MacBook, and we can just display shots, keep it simple, just have our shots display on the iPad for the client too, if we wanted to. So this is really just a scaled down version, right, of what you have with the full version. So I'm going to do tethered shooting. We hit this plus, and I'm going to do tethered shooting, right? I'm going to create a project. It just gives it the date by default, right? And I'm going to save that. So right away, I can see that it already sees the FX2 because we're connected to the same network here in the studio. This automatically connected to the network that the MacBook was. And so that's what I've found, that once I've set up my device, even the pairing for the MacBook Mini and the MacBook Pro, it's connected already. You can see that it just connected automatically, and that's pretty cool. So once you've gone through all those pairing steps on your other device, it's just going to work on the iPad, or at least it did for me. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm going to take a shot. Let's see. We can, do the same things. We can select a preset, and what's cool is it will bring my presets over from the cloud. So if I just want like a skin retouch only preset, now I'm not taking a picture of anybody. I don't have anyone here right now. But if I go over here and I just take a picture of whatever, right, it comes up just like that. Now that was fast. Did you see how fast that was? I'm going to take another picture just so you can see and watch this. Click. And boom, it's there. So it is super fast. Now I am syncing JPEGs, right? For viewing and previewing purposes, for me, that's all I need. I mean, you might want to use RAWs and edit them on iPad. I guess you could. It's going to be a little bit slower because they're larger files, right? But that is pretty neat. I mean, it just works. Once you've got it set up with your MacBook and everything, it just works with the iPad. So that's a really cool feature. Now, what I haven't tried to do and what I'll do in another video, you can sync this to your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot. Connect your iPad to your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot, connect your access point on your camera to your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot, enter in the hotspot password, connect to it, and you will be able to, on location without any Wi-Fi router, connect directly to your phone as your Wi-Fi router at that point, connect to the iPad out in the sticks if you want to, right? So you don't have to be attached to a studio router or a router at home or a nearby access point, right? You can use your phone as an access point. That does work. Keep in mind, it's going to use data. So you might want to use, at least on the Sony cameras, JPEG small is going to be a minimal amount of data, right? So just keep that in mind and we'll eat up your 5G, 4G data, whatever you're using. Really cool feature. So here's the thing, guys. Evoto doesn't have a demo version. The version that you're using either on the Mac or PC or on the iPad, you just have to sign in with your account. The only time that you pay for something is when you export a photo that you've edited at all in Evoto, and then you have to use a credit, right? Until that point, the program is basically free, except for, right now the culling is free. That'll be an add-on later, right? That's probably going to incur a fee. The tethering may be an add-on that incurs a fee later, but right now, all this stuff is free. You can sign up for an account, use my code GKP25 if you want to buy credits, but you get some free credits when you use my download, okay? And you use the product. You can use it for free. Until you export an edited photo, that's when you start using credits, right, that you pay for. You get some credits up front for free. So try it out. You can tether right now for free. You can cull right now for free. The only thing you got to pay for is those credits. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't like that credit model, having to pay per photo, but look at the upside. You're not tied into a subscription. All you're tied to is the photos that you edit. So I don't have to pay a monthly subscription. I just have to pay for what I use. To me, that's an advantage. And if you think about it, the credits that you're paying for, depending on the package you buy, are about 7 cents a credit on average. Think about that. If I deliver my client 100 photos, that's only costing me $7 in credits, okay? If I'm a professional, and I'm saying I'm delivering 1,000 photos, and that's a little bit more money, I'm going to build that cost for buying those credits into the fees that I charge my customer. That's built into what I am charging my clients, right? So think about it that way, and that makes a lot more sense. Now, if you're at home and this is your hobby or whatever, then you have to decide if that's going to work for you and your budget, right? We all have to do that, whether a professional or a hobbyist, right? But that's just some things to think about, okay?